Hey, what's up, NBAADDICTTV? Today we're going to be talking about the most underrated prospects of the 2020 NBA Draft. These prospects may be taken in the first round, maybe in the second round, or maybe even undrafted. But we're going to be talking about the prospects that aren't getting the notoriety that they rightly deserve. Now let's get straight to it. First up on our list, we have Leandro Ball. Balmaro plays for the Euro League. He plays for Barcelona, and in that league, he has averaged 8 points per game, 2.5 assists per game, 1.6 rebounds per game, and he shot 42% from the field and 28% from three. Balmaro's stats don't tell the full story. He is a 6'7 forward, and he can do it all. Alright guys, where Leandro Balmaro excels is scoring off the dribble. He is a very good shot creator, he is very crafty, as well as he uses his length and finesse to get to his spots. He also serves as a very good second option in the pick and roll as a ball handler. He also shows flashes of having very good court vision. He moves very well off the ball, as well as he mixes his flashy passes with the fundamentals. He has learned that in the Euro League, that's where they excel with their players. As well as he's very good in transition, as 20% of his points are made in the transition, and he scores on 60% of the time. But unfortunately, Balmaro is in all good news, as his numbers show that he is a very inefficient shooter, and he needs to finish better at the rim. But that could be due to the fact that Europe has very poor spacing, so he may excel at the NBA level. Alrighty guys, next up on our list we got Kyrie Jr. He is a point guard for Alabama. This season he had averaged 18.5 points per game, 5.2 assists per game, and 4.8 rebounds per game while shooting 45% from the field, and he had shot 36% from three. Kyrie is a 6'3 point guard with extremely fast athleticism. He has a very quick first step. You can compare it to De'Aaron Fox or Russell Westbrook, as well as he's a creative ball handler. He has very good court vision and the ability to make plays in transition. You cannot stop this man, I promise. And he also has very knacking skills in being in the passing lane. He's a pest in that way. And he's an athletic rebounder for his size especially. If anyone is going to be, I would say, compared to Russell Westbrook, is definitely this guy. But his weakness is finishing at the rim. He definitely needs to work on that. He tends to be a little out of control heading to the rim. His jump shot can be a bit inefficient at times. And as well as he needs to work on his shot selection. But with that being said, if he continues to work on his game, he can excel at the NBA level tremendously. Alright, now we have Myles Powell. Myles Powell is a 6'2 combo guard for Seton Hall. He has averaged 21 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 2.9 assists per game, shooting 39% from the field, and he has shot 30% from three. I know his shooting percentages aren't the most spectacular, but this man is a born scorer. Alright guys, when NBA scouts are looking at Myles Powell, what sticks out the most is his scoring ability. He has no problem shooting threes off the dribble, shooting off screens, or being an off-ball scorer. Attacking the rim is no problem for him. He's finishing 55% at the rim. And his floaters are definitely refined. He can shoot over and around big guys. Finishing through contact is no problem at all. He definitely had that stocky body NBA scout would want. And he had definitely potential playmaking skills. But unfortunately, Powell definitely tends to take bad shots sometimes. He takes contested threes whether they're going in or not. And he definitely needs to lower his turnovers. His lack of explosiveness tends to be a problem. But I believe all this will change when he fits his body and his skill set for the NBA. Alright guys, now we have Marcus Howard. He's probably my favorite player on this list. Marcus Howard is a 5'11 guard from Marquette. He is averaging 27.8 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, and 3.3 assists per game, while shooting 42% from the field and 41% from three. Alright guys, Marcus Howard is an outstanding offensive player. Emphasis on the offensive part. He can score in any which way possible. Whether he's shooting threes from the outside or getting in and over bigs with his floaters and inside scoring, man, he can score in any way possible. His offensive arsenal is endless. but unfortunately he is on this list because of his height. We all know NBA scouts aren't looking for a short guard. They just aren't very good defensively. But I believe Marcus Howard has all the tools to be an outstanding scorer in this league. I would compare him to Kemba Walker or Isaiah Thomas. He is that good. Alright guys, next up we got Vernon Carey Jr. Did I say that Marcus Howard was my favorite on this list? Yeah, I lied, because Vernon is definitely my favorite. He has the highest potential of all the bigs in this year's draft. He is the center for Duke, and he has averaged 17.8 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, and 1 assist per game this year, while shooting 57% from the field and 38% from 3. He only took 0.7 threes per game, but he is definitely showing that he can be an outside scorer. Alright guys, where Vernon excels is he's very efficient around the rim. He's a very good scorer being in the pick and roll. He has potential outside scoring. You can see him shooting at the top of the free throw line, or maybe hitting a deep three. Well, maybe not too deep, but hitting a three. He can definitely hit that shot. He's very good at running in transition. That's rare for bigs these days. He's a very tenacious rebounder, and he has very high basketball IQ, as he's good drawing fouls. But unfortunately, Vernon tends to go left most of the time, as he's a left-handed player, and sometimes he has bad court vision. But that can all be improved as you work on your game and get prepared for the NBA. Alright guys, the next guy on the list, he just popped up on my radar. I was just gonna stop this list at 5, but this number 6 is definitely, he's the one. Alright, so his name is Grant Riller. You know who that is. Alright, Grant plays for Charleston. It's a mid-major school. He had averaged 21.9 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, and 3.9 assists per game there, while shooting 50% from the field and 36% from 3. Riller is a 6'3" guard, and he plays for Charleston, the mid-major school. He is 23 years old already, and some NBA scouts may not prefer that, but with the way he plays and what he brings to the game, he can definitely have an immediate impact on an NBA team if selected. So with that being said, he should definitely be on a couple teams' radars.